Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The end of another year is here and we'll soon start looking at 2025. As you know, if you follow this channel, I focus on indie games and games I like to play. On the side, I of course play a lot of AAA games and in general all games, but I focus on making videos around smaller games. This video will be kind of my thoughts about the year, a few general thoughts I've had about this year and surrounding the game industry. It's really been a couple of interesting years lately in gaming, and I think this year or even in 2023, it started a shift in the AAA category with countless big titles failing to meet expectations. As we've seen, this have resulted in layoffs throughout the entire industry and is bound to continue into next year. I'm not saying AAA is going away, you still have big studios like From Software, Rockstar, Game Science, Activision, Santa Monica Studios, and many more that are going to be around creating games at a large scale. But I think Baldur's Gate and Balatro are great examples of games that are creating an experience that people want or didn't know they wanted, from a smaller studio or even an individual person, and crushes it. Lies of P last year didn't even expand upon its genre, the developers just made a solid game. Same with Helldivers 2 this year. Third-person horde shooters have been around, but Helldivers 2 combined everything that's been done in this genre before and made it better, and it sold amazingly well. These games aren't AAA and will probably be the new innovators or the studios that can afford to take risks. Suicide Squad Killed Justice League took 9 years to complete. Most of that, I hope, is in concept and pre-production, but even if it took like 4 or 5 years, that's like before the pandemic. And the gaming landscape was completely different. I think this was more okay back in the day when you had like 5 big game titles each year. Now we have like 10 to 30 big titles and thousands upon thousands of smaller indie games releasing every year. And it's kinda nice to see like the studio head from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just taking no shit, keeping to their vision of the game and being loved by the fans for it. I said it last year, but it's never been easier to create games or to be a game developer. And it's just going to get easier as AI becomes more powerful. So where does that leave 2024? I think it's been a really good year for gaming overall. I've played so many good indie games this year, and I've really been impressed by the ingenuity and creativity on display. Yes, you also have a ton of boring games and games that borrowing a bit too much from other games, but you're always going to have that. On my channel, I focus heavily on roguelike and roguelite games, and it feels like it's a bit overflowing at the moment, and it's lacking in innovation. But we still had some cool games releasing this year, and I look forward to see if more roguelike games can evolve and combine with other game genres to get a bit more innovation going. Like I found Rogue Command kind of interesting. It combined roguelite with RTS. Ember Ward combines tower defense with roguelike elements. It might not have been the first, but it's well polished and a ton of fun to play. Peglin combined the Pegels with the roguelite elements into a fantastic experience, and I can't wait to see more of this and games that dare to push the genre forward. And if I take a step back from indie games and look at all the games released this year, Wukong is easily my game of the year. It's amazing to see the Chinese culture being displayed in Wukong in such an amazing way throughout the short stories within the game and the game as a whole. And it's been kind of cool to see that it's been accepted with open arms by players. I say players as big media outlets have tried their best to paint the game in a bad light. And I think the Game Awards showed this as well. How does Astrobot win Game of the Year? No, really, how? Yes, it's a good game, but it is a reskinned Mario game, and it brings nothing to the table that we haven't seen before. Don't get me wrong, all the nominees are fantastic games, but I think Wukong stands out not just in the numbers. Having the second highest concurrent player count on Steam ever is impressive, but also winning the player's choice. And then the game also introduces the rest of the world to Chinese culture and mythology, all while having amazing gameplay and no bullshit. And it kind of paints the way forward for more cultures to be explored in a similar manner. Although I think the AAA industry is reassessing its place, we've had some amazing games to play this year. If you wanna see which game I awarded the best indie game of the year, best art style, hidden gem and more, you'll have the link for my Game of the Year video below the like button. We talked a bit about Wukong, but the Elden Ring expansion was amazing. We had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Helldivers 2, Tekken 8, Warhammer, Metaphor, Astrobot. All these titles have been doing great, all because they deliver a well worth experience for the player. And I must say, it's so nice to see a game like Warhammer Space Marines 2 doing so great. I grew up playing Halo, and that means I had an Xbox, so I of course played a lot of Gears of War, and Space Marine 2 gave me a lot of flashbacks and memories coming back to me playing the original Xbox era of games, where no fucks were given, pure action and mayhem. It was glorious, and we kind of got a piece of that back. I love it. And Helldivers 2 certainly helped with that as well. And when writing this video, I almost forgot that the Elden Ring DLC released this year as well. An expansion so big that you could have been its own game. It was amazing to see, and I'm always down for playing more Elden Ring and more From Software games. And the best part is, we're already getting more next year with Night Rain. 2024 started off great with Blaze Blue and never really lost momentum. And now at the end of the year, I can't stop playing Path of Exile 2. It's been great. I'm still going through a few games I've missed. I've never been the biggest sim gamer, but I started playing TCG Card Shop Simulator, and it's been amazing. I've planned to do a video on the game, but I haven't really gotten around to it, so I'll probably do that next year. The game is a bit repetitive as it's in early access and doesn't have all its features yet, but it's a ton of fun setting up your own store and then just rip through card packs. We can't forget about Hades 2 as well. That one also released into early access in May. That's also a game I come back to from time to time. It's an excellent sequel to the first game. I had such high expectations, and this one kind of met them all, which was cool to see. I'm a bit cautious with it. I don't want to play it too much because I do want to go through it again when it hits the 1.0. I really hope 2025 can deliver in the same way as 2024 have done. I will always try to support smaller developers with my videos, and I love playing new games, and I look forward to continuing this next year. I will soon have my video looking at January out. Although it's a bit of a slower month, there are some interesting games releasing in January already. I didn't talk about all the big things that happened this year. The thing with Pal World was crazy as well this year. It's been so much happening this year. But these were kind of the thoughts that was gnawing at my brain, so I just wanted to get them out into a video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. What do you think of the gaming year 2024? Was it any good? I would love to get your opinion in the comments below. Have a great day, and I'll see you next year. Bye.